When you want to scream, put away that frown and never be scared of a clown. Laugh on and on and on. Hey guys, it's me, John Avenger, once again. I went to go see Joker. How do you think I felt after I leaving the theater? I had a big smile on my face. I just painted the makeup just now, so it looks okay, right? It's a little smudgy, but the best I could do on such short notice because I wanted to represent the Joker because he's one of my favorite. He's my favorite DC villain, without a doubt. Like the best DC villain I've ever seen. He's compelling. He's dark. He's funny, and he's just a really riot. Now this movie was awesome. I will say this. Joaquin Phoenix's performance is fan freaking tastic. It's one of the most dark, compelling, most moving performances I've seen from him in years. And just the fact that he pulled this off. Heath Ledger is looking down and saying, "Yeah, you're my successor, man. You did it. You did the impossible. You played the Joker in a way that he would be proud." And he's not in the makeup too long. He's in mostly other makeup in the movie, but his performance is just fantastic. The laugh is creepy and compelling. His the movements that he does, the interpretive dancing he does. You saw that in the trailer. The way he talks. I mean, his violent acts is just it's all motivated, and it's not phoned in. This is worthy of an Oscar. Yes, it is. Now, there's some problems in the movie. I think the ending. I'm not going to spoil anything. There's three spoilers in the movie that I don't want to say until my podcast with my friends about the Joker of Tevya. If you watch this, yeah. Oh, do you like what you see? Yeah. Anyway, There's two major problems I had with the film. One was the ending. Not when he, goes to meet Robert De Niro's character Murray. Not that. At the very end, there's a tagged on scene that's a little bit kind of repetitive and just a little bit forced in there because I've seen this done again and again. Here's a hint. It involves Thomas Wayne. That's all I'm going to say. You put it together. Also, I thought Zazie Beetz was good in the film. Really good performance. She's there with Arthur throughout most of the first half of the film, but then in the second half, she just disappears. I know people would say, "Oh, because she wasn't important to Joker's origin story," but and I know she's not Harley Quinn, but I liked her performance. It wasn't annoying like Margot Robbie in Birds of Prey. I heard that trailer and I was just like, yeah, this is gonna be shitty, and it is because it's not it's gonna be R, but it's gonna be try to be a comedy in a bad way. Here you have Joaquin Phoenix doing the one of the greatest performances I've seen this year. You have a like a dark, gritty city. It was filmed in New York, and that's where I live. So they had like the trains, and they had graffiti, and they had people being assholes. Trust me, I know exactly what the movie's message was. I related to a lot of this film being picked on by other people bigger than me and having a mother at home to take care of. I've been through that, guys. If you can tell on my face, I've been through that. And I've also been, him, having to laugh to get, through the hard times and him going, it's a great performance. This is not Joaquin Phoenix doing a role. This is Joaquin Phoenix embracing the role. He is just engulfed in this role, and everything that he does just is so compelling. Like I was like, wow, they found a Heath Ledger not knockoff, but a successor to him. The makeup looks great. My makeup is a little smudgy, but I wanted to get into character for this review, and yeah, the film looks great. The soundtrack is fantastic. It's old school music from back in the day. The film, Todd Phillips knows how to direct a freaking movie. The cinematography is amazing. Like Gotham looks as gritty as it did in the TV show from 2014 to this year. The acting is really well done by the other actors in the movie. The actor that played Thomas Wayne, the actor that played, Robert De Niro is always good in movies like this. I mean, it is like Taxi Driver, where a guy's pushed to his limits and he just starts a revolution to get rid of the dark, the corruption of the city. And I get it. I get the message of the movie, Todd Phillips. I got it. This is the same guy that did The Hangover. There was not a single kid in that movie theater. They warned the kids, don't see this movie. It's not as violent as some people said it was. It is violent, trust me. Joker does things in these movies you will never see in The Dark Knight or in Suicide Squad. He takes violence to another level in this movie. But it's not Terminator 2. It's not freaking Deadpool. It's not The Passion, which you know what that is. That movie is gory and just a bloodbath. It's not Braveheart. It's not RoboCop. It has blood in certain scenes, and I'm not going to spoil them. I want to just say, yeah, do not take your kids to see this movie because it is dark as fuck. There's nothing in this movie that you can see that would, you're going to be completely like shocked with what happens. And yeah, all the riots that happen in theaters saying, "Oh, this movie's so violent, it's promoting violence." I'm like, it's an R-rated crime drama. What do you think is going to happen? Mickey Mouse is not going to show up, guys. This is a really, really dark movie. It's one of the darkest DC movies I've seen, and trust me, when I saw the DC universe how they got started, it was like that. Except they don't have the balls to show blood. They don't have the balls to go all the way. They don't have the balls to have people get hurt and not use too much CGI. There's no CGI in this movie. Everything is practical that I've seen. The costumes, the makeup, the sets, the locations, the freaking actors, they're actually on screen and not just a CGI thing. The explosions and the car crashes, they're all real. There's not a single CGI gimmick in this movie. The money's on screen. It was well worth it. This is the kind of movie that I want to see during Oscar season, not this boring, pretentious 2.5 hour bullshit that they call art. And it doesn't have an agenda behind it. There is no agenda. This movie did not talk down to the audience. It treated us like adults. Because when I saw Batman '89, I was 4. When I saw The Dark Knight, I was 24 or 23. Yeah, I was in my 20s. Now I'm in my 30s and I'm seeing a Joker movie as an adult. So it was perfect for me. I related to this movie a lot. And the fact that this movie's going to make a ton of money, please go see it. If you're an adult or 18 or older, go see it. Do not take your kids to see this movie. It will scar them. Trust me. They'll think that all clowns are scary. And I'm like, that's not the case. But Joker is scary for a reason because he's not going to just do parlor tricks. He is anarchy and chaos. And there's a reason why, because he's so compelling. But yeah, the Joker is worth your time. It's not that long. It's like 2 hours. I can see why they cut it because if they didn't, this movie would get an NC-17 for the violence alone. Because there's no sexuality. There's only like a couple of nude model pictures and girls in thongs, and that's about it. In pictures, there's no sex scene in the movie. He kisses Ozzy Beats once, but that's about it. And yeah, if you want to see a DC movie that's not for kids, this is a movie for you. If you want to see Joaquin Phoenix transform himself as the clown prince of crime, this is it. If you want to see a movie that takes itself seriously but also has some dark humor that works, this is the movie for you. And the movie did not it didn't need to be 2.5 hours. We got to the point. Arthur's messed up. He has a condition. He's a killer at the end in the second half. People pushed his buttons too much, and he's just like, you know what? I'm going to spread anarchy and chaos and make these people pay. And it was fun to watch in a dark, gloomy sort of way, but it's not so dark that I was depressed. Man of Steel, the half of the city is destroyed, and I'm supposed to be happy? No, I was depressed, and I was not happy at all. And Cavill's face does nothing; he can't emote. This guy can emote. The teeth scene like this, the yeah, that scene and the scene in the subway where he's laughing. You saw that in the trailer. The scene where he's laughing when he goes to a stand-up comedy thing, stand-up comedy. That's really that's another scene. Yeah, he has more emotion on his face than some people have on their whole bodies. And trust me, episode 9, you will not be better than this movie. I heard your freaking dialogue. I saw the stock footage from the original movies and the prequels. You got nothing. This has a lot more than you'll ever have. People don't want to see bad CGI. We want to see movies done right. We want to see movies with a compelling character, even if it's a villain that you're following. We want to see the villain taken seriously and not a joke, like I said with the freaking Jared Leto's version. This is better than Leto's version. And trust me, this movie I'll never forget it. I was my friend Josh, if it's not for you, I get it, okay? It's not for you. Clowns, creepiness, it's really dark. They talk about abuse, but it's not the one you're thinking. Because Harley Quinn has no part of this movie whatsoever. Thank God, because I don't like Margot Robbie. That makeup doesn't look good on her. It just looks lame. But anyway, this movie, one of the best DC movies in the last 10 years that Nolan had nothing to do with. See, it can be done. And the face can be covered without it being a controversy, because now everything is a controversy. Captain Marvel, freaking Endgame, this movie, freaking Woke Angels that's coming out in November. Enough. It's just a film. Why so serious? You know, laugh a little. Just enjoy yourself. Stop being the stick in the mud audiences from now. And guess what? I saw this in the theater. There were like maybe 20 people in the theater, all adults, no kids, no babies crying. Nobody was texting. Nobody was speaking in another language behind my back, which I hate that, by the way, in a theater. And it was quiet. That I haven't had in a long time in the theater, guys. But yeah, this is why I love DC's movies, because even the title screen, it didn't look like, it didn't say DC Comics. It didn't say, it said Warner Brothers and the old logo they used to have back in the day, and it looked good. It reminded me, it's like a grindhouse movie, but without the grindhouseness. Just the violence is. There's a scene in this movie that reminded me of Drive with Ryan Gosling. What Joker does to one of these guys, I'm not going to say though, but see it for yourself. And guess what? You know why this movie's going to sweep at the Oscars? Because it's not some freaking 2.5 hour preachy movie about acceptance and all that. We get it. This is about a man that was broken, and he tried to pick the pieces of his life back together and try to make people pay. Sometimes people got to learn the hard way. Just saying. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching my Joker review. This movie was freaking awesome. I'll never let this up because I'm like, I love this movie. This is what DC can do. And the fact that they had no CGI in the movie, that's a big accomplishment. With like half of the freaking DC movies they did in this decade, they failed because they had too much CGI. Man of Steel, Suicide Squad, even BVS was guilty of that at times. This, there's none, and it works. But thank you for watching my video, guys. My next video will be another horror movie. But if you want to see something horrifying this fall, and you've seen It Chapter 2 already, see this movie. This is shorter. It's better. It's not freaking. It doesn't have a bunch of foreigners in the cast, which is a huge plus for me. There's two Brits, and they're not on screen very long, which is a huge plus, because after the bullshit I went through with Suicide Squad, casting Harley Quinn to be foreign, and freaking Captain Boomerang, and freaking Killer Croc, and whatever, it did nothing for me. Joaquin Phoenix is American, and I'm glad he is. He's the first American Joker we've had in a long go time. And this movie, yeah, this easily could have been something that would have been in theater, that would have been on the the DC streaming service. Like, if you thought Titans was dark, this outdarks it. Fuck Batman. Well, this movie says that a lot too. Not to Batman, but because he's not in the movie. But see it. The Joker demands it. But anyway, I'm going to leave you with a laugh. See ya.